Maitake, maitake, guru 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 guru, maitake, maitake, guru 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 guru. Hey guys, what's up? It's a Culture Detective here, investigating your favorite animes. And today, I'm going to be doing an anime review on the new anime, The Elusive Samurai, or in Japanese, Nige Jozu no Wakagimi. This is an anime adapted from a manga of the same name by Matsui Yusei, and it is apparently the same mangaka as Assassination Classroom, which I haven't seen. It is adapted into an anime by the studio Cloverworks, and yeah, I've been trying really hard in the last couple of weeks, in the last month actually, to find good animes in 2024, because last year we had tons of amazing anime, but unfortunately the anime scene was a little dry this year. Don't mind my hair. So anyways, The Elusive Samurai is an anime. It is a period anime, and you know me, I love period stories. I love, love, love costume dramas. It is about the story of Hojo Tokiyuki. Hojo Tokiyuki, a 9-year-old boy, and the only surviving member of the Hojo clan after the entire clan got massacred, killed, rebelled, and exterminated. And it's about him fighting and avenging his clan and his father's death. Now, the story takes place at the end of the Kamakura period, which is a period in Japanese history that I am particularly interested in because it coincided with the Song Dynasty for Chinese history. And you know me, I love the Song Dynasty. I love talking about it, writing about it, and thinking about the Southern Song Dynasty. And during the last few years of the Southern Song Dynasty, which was in the 1270s. At the same time in Japan, we have the Kamakura period, which successfully resisted against the Mongolian army on the island of Tsushima. If I'm not correct, please correct me in the comments. But there has been like maybe 60 more years after the Mongolian army was defeated by Japan before that dynasty ended. And that dynasty ended in the 1330s when Ashikaga Takauji rebelled against the Hojo clan and assumed power, starting the Muromachi period in Kyoto. So Kamakura is near Tokyo, and then if you go more south and you go more that way, which is west, you have Kyoto. So that's a little geography and history for you. Now, so Kyoto is where the new dynasty started. And Hojo Tokiyuki, the 9-year-old boy, the elusive samurai, as suggested in the title, escaped to Shinano, and particularly the town or the region of Suwa, which are actually two places that I've personally visited. I didn't know this, but yeah, last winter I visited Nagano Prefecture, and southern Nagano is essentially Suwa, and northern Nagano is essentially Shinano. So that's really fascinating. Now, on top of that, I'd like to say that in this manga, every single chapter also mentions the year that the story had taken place. So it starts off in 1333 and it goes on with 1334, 1335, and the manga is still going now. So yeah, all this just to say that I love, love, love historical fiction. Historical fiction is something that I extremely love. I mean, look at Vinland Saga. But even though it is a historical fiction and it is a period piece, this anime refuses to just be a period piece. It's kind of like Sofia Coppola's Marie Antoinette, where, yeah, the story takes place in the olden times, but the editing, the music, the animation style pretty much screams modern life. I mean, even on episode 10, there is a scene where, I guess, the main character sort of envisions himself in the future, and suddenly he's in modern day Tokyo, Japan. And on top of that, the OPs and the EDs also feel very modern. There's also a lot of CGI in this anime, which some fans may hate. Personally, I think some CGI worked, but most didn't. So whenever there's CGI, it's not really great. But I do like the creative use of the video game levels of photorealistic CGI animation, which occasionally popped up here and there in the anime. On top of that, the voice acting is not too bad. I would like to point out that one of the characters, one of the good guys, the guy who helped our main character here, Tokiyuki, he's this priest guy, and I forgot his character's name, but when I heard his voice, I was like, he just sounds like Gojo Satoru. He just sounds like Gojo Satoru from Jujutsu Kaisen. And I was like, I wouldn't be surprised if this is Nakamura Yuichi. And then I checked, and I was right. This guy is voiced by Nakamura Yuichi, the guy who voiced Gojo Satoru. Now, it's really cool that this anime sort of refuses to box itself into the period anime framework, but also it does a lot of weird creative detours with its animation styles. It's very jumpy, it's eccentric, it's quirky, it's very funny sometimes, it's very violent and bloody sometimes, and sometimes it's very dramatic, and sometimes it's not that dramatic. Now, there are some weird moments, like on episodes 4 to 5, we have our main characters fighting against this crazy guy with bulging eyes who can see very far. And they challenge each other to a dog shooting game, which is really weird. But I think the weirdest part is the 3D animation. I understand that horses are really difficult to animate, but the characters on the horses too, yeah, no. Especially given how amazing some of the animation is on other scenes, I really wish they would have taken more time to animate that part of episodes 4 and 5. But then we have episode 6, and the animation is off the freaking roof. There is a sequence. There's a battle sequence where the main characters, Tokiyuki and a bunch of his retainers, because he's a lord, have to fight the guy with bulging eyes and the guy with giant ears. One can see very far and the other can hear very far. The animation was off the roof, and there's some amazing battle sequences there with great sense of rhythm and pacing, cause and effect. It's very much well put together battle sequences. There's another animation, I think, on episode 9, where we have a fight involving a Buddha statue in a locked room. That was easily the best scene of the entire anime so far. This is one of the most hype fights of the year. Just the pummeling break beats, the layered animation, and just the character facial expressions that are just ridiculous. The blood smearing all over the room. This is one of the craziest fights I've seen in anime in 2024, which is just insane because the Elusive Samurai is not talked about enough. And also, I love the spiritual element. From that episode onwards, we have more and more mentions of Buddha and Buddhism. Given how much Kamakura period has sort of contributed to Japanese Buddhism, it's really great to see Buddhism being explored so much in this anime. Now, we also have a paper cutout animation sequence on episode 9 that I really like, and then on episode 10, the show becomes oddly spiritual and moving. There is a scene involving frozen lake and holy spirits that are very spiritual and almost Ghibli-esque. Some parts of the show are really unserious and some parts are serious. Personally, I don't really like the unserious parts that well, and it does feel jarring transitioning from one unserious scene to another very serious scene. But it's nice to see how unpredictable this is. I like that every time you watch an episode in this anime, you cannot predict how dramatic or comedic the next episode will be. We have the last 2 episodes, which are 2 very fun, solid episodes, including an impressive battle sequence with, again, very quirky character designs, really weird animation detours, and a lot of very creative battle strategies that are being explored. And overall, this is a really fun anime. Sure, there are some moments that I did not like, some weird 3D CGI that I was not too huge on. There are some comedic scenes that border on slice of life, and I do not care for those either. But yeah, overall, it's a fun anime, and I highly recommend people to check it out. I'm giving this Elusive Samurai a light 8 out of 10. So, have you watched The Elusive Samurai? Comments below, let me know if you want more, and thanks for watching.